everybody, welcome to Catherine Sews and welcome to my weekly sewing vlog. I've got a pile of stuff here I want to show you. I hope you're doing really well. I hope you've had a great week. So it's been a fun week for me. A week ago I launched Catherine's Sewing Room, which is my online sewing community on the school platform. And within a week, we've reached 100 members just today, like just minutes before I sat down to record this vlog. So that's really exciting. And we've had one live call already. We've got our first monthly challenge underway, and we're kind of building it all together. It's been really lovely connecting with all of these different people, some who I already knew and most who I didn't. But my favorite thing is looking at the map. There's a little map within the community. I check it out every day, and as people join, I get so excited when I see there's 2 or 3 people in one spot, because I'm like, oh yay, they could be besties. Because the more people we get, the more that map gets populated with people that hopefully live close by to each other. I just absolutely love that aspect of this online sewing community. The fact that it facilitates and enables people to have real life meetups and literally make new friends. I just love that. One of the new members commented saying, I've been alone with my sewing for so long, and I'm hoping to find somebody to talk to here. That just about broke my heart because, yes, absolutely, that's what I'm hoping that the community brings. So if that's you too, if that's how you feel as well, then there's a community just waiting to welcome you in. So other things that I've been up to are getting ready for the Montreal and Toronto trip. Look at this. I've been doing all of the cricketing for the tote bags that the participants will get when we meet in Montreal. So that's kind of fun. What else? The laundry video came out this past weekend. Thank you to everybody who made really great comments, really helpful laundry tips. I got some really great tips out of those comments. The one that I acted on immediately was somebody told me about a Canadian company called Eucalan. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. I had never heard of this company before. So this comment came from a viewer called Bark Cloth in Amsterdam, which I just thought that was so amazing. But as soon as this person told me about it, I went online and ordered it off Amazon because it's made in Canada using lanolin, like from sheep's wool. And the smell without, oh my gosh, I wish you could smell that. It's a little bit of heaven. It's so wonderful. The person that commented said that the jasmine was her favorite scent. They do make unscented products as well if you don't like anything with a scent. But as far as scents go, that is a beautiful one. So I tried it out. I washed this little camisole in it. I made this little camisole out of silk and lace a couple years ago, I'd say. And the underarms were getting a little yellowed. So using that Eucalan is so easy. I just put warm water into a bowl, added in maybe half a capful of the Eucalan, and then submerge the camisole in the water, let it sit there for 15 minutes. And one of the things that sold me, other than it being Canadian and biodegradable and non-toxic, was the fact that you don't have to rinse. You just leave it in the water 15 minutes, take it out, squeeze out any excess water, and then you just hang it up to dry. You don't even rinse. And so now this camisole just has that heavenly smell to it. I want my whole wardrobe to smell like this. So I'll link that in the description because that is a good one. It's just so nice. Smell that. So thank you so much to Bark Cloth for alerting me to a fantastic Canadian product. The reason that I wanted to freshen up this camisole was because, do you remember, I think it was last week, maybe the week before, but I think it was last week I showed you the lace dress that I wanted to upcycle. Well, I did that this week and holy smokes, it's so pretty. So the dress, this was a dress. And so the dress had short sleeves that the sleeves ended right here. And so, and I didn't want it to be a dress. I was never going to wear it as a dress. So the skirt part turned into the bottom of the sleeves and the peplum and a little bit of extension at the waist. It was a little too small in the waist. And then I added in the 4 little buttons at the front. So happy with that. So this video will come out on the weekend. Yeah, not only did I get caught up because I was falling really behind with everything, not only did I get caught up this week, but I got a little bit ahead, which I'm trying to do because the Montreal and Toronto trip is coming up. So I'm going to be away for a little bit, but I want a video to still come out every week while I'm away. And even the vlogs, I'm going to be still filming vlogs I think I'll film one in Toronto, one in Montreal. So I'll still be able to kind of connect and let you know what I'm doing and how that's all going. So speaking of the Montreal and Toronto trip, oh, let me show you this. When we get to Toronto, we're gonna go see MJ the musical, all about Michael Jackson. And so I kind of wanted something cool to wear to that. And so I looked in my to-do closet and I came across this wonderful garment that I thrifted when I was on that student trip to New York a little bit more than a year ago, I guess. That was probably about a year and a half ago. And like, look at that. That is just such a cool thing, right? It's too big for me and it's kind of like tricky to get over the head because even though it is a sweatshirt knit, it's really not very stretchy at all. And the embroidery, this massive amount of embroidery, makes it really not stretchy. It's uncomfortable to get on and off. So I'm going to be turning this into a bomber jacket. Maybe I'll even add some welt pockets. So I'm excited to do that and share that with you. That video will probably come out in 2 weeks' time, if all goes well. And then one more thing I want to get done before the Toronto and Montreal trip is the second hospital gown for my friend Esther. She lives in Toronto. She's been battling pancreatic cancer for 6 years now. Like, she's amazing that she just keeps on winning that battle. So I'll be seeing her when I go to Toronto. So I want to bring this. Now, when I mentioned that I had made her a hospital gown before, a couple people asked, don't Canadian hospitals even provide you with hospital gowns? And yes, they do. But you know what? Her care has actually been so good that she has arranged palliative care in her own home. So the nurses are going to come to her. So that's pretty amazing. And so that's why she wanted hospital gowns for herself at home. So bless her heart. I'm looking forward to seeing her when I go to Toronto. And up until this point, she's doing really, really well. Like, we're going to be going out for lunch and things like that. So I think that's incredible. She's quite an inspiration. She's almost like my own little personal Iris Apfel. Do you know Iris Apfel with the glasses and like just the quirky sense of style? That's kind of like my Esther. In fact, when I went out for lunch with Esther last time I saw her, on the wall of her favorite little lunch spot that we went to was a painting of her. I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. We were sitting right beside a picture of her sitting in the cafe. That just blew my mind. I'm like, I've known you for 40 years. I didn't know you were famous. But in that area and in that little cafe, she's famous. That just blew my mind. So that's my friend Esther. And yeah, she's a good one. One other update about the Montreal and Toronto trip is the last piece of the puzzle fell into place, and I'm so excited. I think I've mentioned that I wanted the trip to culminate in a group sewing session, right? To try to capture what was so special about the Seattle retreat when 11 of us gathered at a hotel in Seattle. We went thrifting together and then we brought those items back to the hotel and we spent 3 days upcycling. You know, it's kind of magical what happens when people create together. And so I wanted to capture that feeling and bring a bit of that into the Montreal-Toronto trip. I was looking for a sewing studio that could accommodate us with 15 machines. And that was really quite tricky. There was one studio that replied so sweetly and kindly. I love the name of this place. It's called So Far So Good. And they do classes and they've got a really, really neat space, but it's quite a bit outside of Toronto. And it would have been tricky for them to host all 15 plus me. And so then a second one actually replied to my inquiries, and it's called the Toronto Sewing School. So we're going to be there. They can accommodate all of us with 15 machines and some sergers and cutting tables. And so, yes, I am so excited. So after thrifting and fabric shopping in Montreal, thrifting and fabric shopping in Toronto, we're going to have some time, not a ton of time, but hopefully at least 3, 4 hours in a sewing studio where we can work together and upcycle together, which that just sends me like over the moon. I'm so excited about that. So what else? On a more personal note, my poor husband has had just terrible back problems for the last 2 weeks. He's just been in so much pain. He went to work today. I don't know how he managed to go to work today because he hasn't even been able to sleep. So he and I have not done many like big hikes or anything. We did a couple days ago manage to take Timo, you can just see our doggy over there, though. That white thing that looks like a pillow on the floor, that's my dear dog. We did take him out for a walk. My poor husband, though, every like 10 steps had to bend over and stretch his back out. It was pretty rough. But yeah, I can share some of those pictures with you because we still had a beautiful day. It was still a gorgeous spot. And of course, the dog loved it. But I really do hope you're having a great week. And I hope you're enjoying some nice, cooler fall weather. I know that some places really suffered in the heat this summer. So I hope you're having a beautiful week, feeling creative, feeling productive, and feeling like you've got friends on that creative journey. Alrighty, so I'll wrap it up. And until next time on Catherine Sews, you take care.